1999 to 2000 NBA season. The Lakers dominated the league under first-year Lakers head coach Phil Jackson, finishing with the best record at 67-15. Shaquille O'Neal delivered the greatest individual season of his career, averaging 29.7 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game while shooting 57% from the field. His dominance earned him the 2000 NBA MVP award, making him one vote short of unanimous. The lone dissenting vote famously went to Allen Iverson. Kobe Bryant, just 21 years old, established himself as one of the league's elite shooting guards, averaging 22.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Together, Shaq and Kobe formed the most unstoppable inside-out duo in basketball. In the East, the Indiana Pacers finished first at 56-26, led by Reggie Miller, Jalen Rose, and veteran big man Rick Smits in what would be their best run of the era. The Portland Trail Blazers, 59-23, led by Rasheed Wallace and Scottie Pippen and Steve Smith, became a major Western Conference contender. The Rookie of the Year award went to Elton Brand of the Chicago Bulls, who averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. Steve Francis of the Houston Rockets shared the award in a rare tie, averaging 18 points and 6.6 assists, making 2001 one of the few seasons with co-rookies of the year. The Lakers cruised through the first 2 rounds, defeating the Sacramento Kings in 5 games and sweeping the Phoenix Suns. In the Western Conference Finals, they met the Portland Trail Blazers in a grueling 7-game series. Portland led by 15 points in the fourth quarter of Game 7 before the Lakers stormed back. The defining moment came when Kobe Bryant drove into the lane and threw a lob to Shaquille O'Neal, who slammed it home to seal the comeback. One of the most iconic plays in Lakers history. In the East, the Indiana Pacers reached the NBA Finals by defeating the Milwaukee Bucks, Philadelphia 76ers, and New York Knicks, giving Reggie Miller his first and only Finals appearance. The 2000 NBA Finals featured the Lakers against the Pacers. Shaquille O'Neal was unstoppable, averaging 38 points, 16 rebounds, and 2.7 blocks per game across the series. The Pacers pushed the Lakers to 6 games, with Reggie Miller and Jalen Rose both having standout performances, including Rose scoring 32 points in Game 5. However, the Lakers closed out the series in Game 6 at Staples Center, clinching their first title since 1988. Shaquille O'Neal was named Finals MVP, cementing his status as the most dominant force in the NBA. 2000 to 2001 season. The Philadelphia 76ers finished with the best record in the Eastern Conference at 56-26, driven by Allen Iverson's relentless scoring. Iverson averaged 31 points, 4.6 assists, and 2.5 steals per game, winning the 2001 NBA MVP award despite being just 6 foot tall and one of the smallest players ever to win the honor. Iverson also won the All-Star Game MVP, making 2001 the peak of his career. The Los Angeles Lakers went 56-26 in the West, slightly underachieving compared to their 1999 to 2000 championship season. Shaquille O'Neal averaged 28.7 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 2.8 blocks, while Kobe Bryant added 28.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, forming the league's most dominant duo. Other standouts included Tim Duncan's Spurs, who went 58-24, and Chris Webber's Sacramento Kings, who posted a 55-27 record and were emerging as legitimate title contenders. The Rookie of the Year award went to Mike Miller of the Orlando Magic, who averaged 12 points while shooting 40.7% from three-point range. The Lakers entered the postseason as the number 2 seed in the West and delivered one of the most dominant runs in NBA history. They swept the Portland Trail Blazers, the Sacramento Kings, and the San Antonio Spurs, going 11-0 en route to the finals. In the East, the 76ers' playoff journey was the opposite, a gauntlet of grueling series. They defeated the Indiana Pacers in 4 games, then won 2 consecutive 7-game battles. First against the Toronto Raptors, where Vince Carter famously missed a Game 7 buzzer beater, and then against the Milwaukee Bucks in another tight series. Iverson carried Philadelphia with multiple 40-point games despite battling injuries. The 2001 NBA Finals pitted the unstoppable Lakers against the underdog 76ers. In Game 1 in Los Angeles, Allen Iverson delivered one of the most legendary finals performances ever, scoring 48 points and leading the Sixers to a 107-101 overtime upset win. His iconic moment came when he hit a jumper over Tyronn Lue, then stepped over him, a lasting image of his fearless style. The Lakers responded by winning the next 4 games, closing out the series 4-1. Shaquille O'Neal was unstoppable inside, averaging 33 points, 15.8 rebounds, and 3.4 blocks per game, winning his second straight Finals MVP. 2001 to 2002 season. The Sacramento Kings emerged as the league's best regular season team, finishing 61-21. Chris Webber, 24.5 points, 10 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and Peja Stojakovic led an unselfish, fast-paced offense that made them the top contenders in the West. The Los Angeles Lakers, coming off back-to-back championships, finished 58-24 behind Shaquille O'Neal's 27.2 points and 10.7 rebounds, and Kobe Bryant's 25.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. In the East, the New Jersey Nets shocked the league by finishing first at 52-30 after acquiring Jason Kidd in an off-season trade. Kidd transformed the Nets with his leadership and all-around play, averaging 14.7 points, 9.9 assists, and 7.3 rebounds. His impact earned him second place in MVP voting behind Tim Duncan, who led the San Antonio Spurs 58-24, while averaging 25.5 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks, ultimately winning the 2002 NBA MVP award. Rookie of the Year went to Pau Gasol of the Memphis Grizzlies, who averaged 17.6 points and 8.9 rebounds, becoming the first international player to win the award without playing U.S. college basketball. The Lakers defeated Portland and swept the Spurs to set up a Western Conference Finals showdown with the Sacramento Kings. The series is still regarded as one of the most dramatic and controversial in NBA history. Sacramento led 3-2 after a Game 5 win on Mike Bibby's clutch jumper. In Game 6, however, the Lakers shot 40 free throws, including 27 in the fourth quarter alone, leading to widespread criticism of officiating. The Lakers forced a Game 7, then won in Sacramento behind O'Neal's dominance and Robert Horry's earlier clutch Game 4 three-pointer. In the East, the Nets advanced through Indiana, Charlotte, and Boston to reach their first NBA Finals, with Jason Kidd's leadership redefining the franchise. The 2002 NBA Finals pitted the veteran Lakers against the upstart Nets. The series was one-sided. Shaquille O'Neal averaged 36.3 points and 12.3 rebounds, overwhelming New Jersey's front line. Kobe Bryant added 26.8 points per game. The Lakers swept the series 4-0, completing their third consecutive championship and solidifying their dynasty. Shaq won his third straight Finals MVP, joining Michael Jordan as the only players to do so. 2002 to 2003 season. The San Antonio Spurs finished with the best record in the league at 60-22. Tim Duncan, in his prime, averaged 23.3 points, 12.9 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and 2.9 blocks per game, winning his second consecutive NBA MVP award. The Spurs balanced their dominance with the farewell tour of David Robinson, who announced it would be his final season. The Dallas Mavericks, 62-22, matched San Antonio's record, with Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash leading one of the league's most explosive offenses. The Sacramento Kings went 59-23, continuing their rise as a Western Conference powerhouse, led by Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, and Mike Bibby. In the East, the Detroit Pistons finished 50-32 under new coach Rick Carlisle, with Ben Wallace winning Defensive Player of the Year for the second straight season. The New Jersey Nets, led by Jason Kidd, also finished 49-33 and controlled the East with their fast-paced offense. The season also featured the rookie debut of Yao Ming, the first overall pick from China. Yao averaged 13.5 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks, finishing second in Rookie of the Year voting. The award went to Amari Stoudemire of the Phoenix Suns, who became the first high school to NBA player to win it, averaging 13.5 points and 8.8 rebounds, while bringing Phoenix back to playoff contention. In the Western Conference, the Spurs advanced past the Phoenix Suns in 6 games, defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in 6 in the semifinals, and then overcame the Dallas Mavericks in the conference finals. Duncan dominated the Mavericks, averaging 28 points and 16.7 rebounds in the series. The Lakers' elimination marked the end of their three-peat era, as Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant could not overcome San Antonio's depth. In the East, the New Jersey Nets swept the Boston Celtics and defeated the Detroit Pistons in 6 games to return to the NBA Finals for the second straight year. Jason Kidd continued his run as the best two-way point guard in the league, averaging nearly a triple-double in the postseason. The 2003 NBA Finals paired the San Antonio Spurs against the New Jersey Nets. The series was physical and defensive, with neither team shooting particularly well. However, Tim Duncan's dominance was undeniable. In the decisive Game 6, Duncan came within 2 blocks of a quadruple-double, posting 21 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and 8 blocks. San Antonio won the series 4-2, giving the franchise its second championship. Tim Duncan was unanimously named Finals MVP, averaging 24.2 points, 17 rebounds, 5.3 assists, and 5.3 blocks in the series, one of the greatest Finals performances in history. 2003 to 2004 NBA season. The Indiana Pacers finished with the league's best record at 61-21, led by Jermaine O'Neal's 20 points and 10 rebounds per game and Ron Artest's elite perimeter defense. The New Jersey Nets, with Jason Kidd leading the way, remained strong in the East at 47-35. In the West, the Minnesota Timberwolves had their best season in franchise history. Kevin Garnett delivered an MVP campaign, averaging 24.2 points, 13.9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2.2 blocks, while leading Minnesota to a 58-24 record, the best in the conference. The Los Angeles Lakers rebuilt their roster after 2 disappointing years by adding Gary Payton and Karl Malone to join Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. They finished 56-26 and were viewed as heavy favorites to win it all. One of the year's biggest stories was the rookie class of 2003. LeBron James debuted with the Cleveland Cavaliers, instantly proving the hype was real. He averaged 20.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and almost 6 assists, winning Rookie of the Year and becoming the youngest player to ever earn the honor at age 19. Carmelo Anthony also had a stellar debut, averaging 21 points and leading the Denver Nuggets back to the playoffs, but LeBron's all-around impact secured him the award. Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh also showed star potential, making this rookie class one of the greatest in NBA history. In the West, the Timberwolves advanced past Denver and Sacramento before meeting the Lakers in the conference finals. Garnett put up incredible numbers, including 32 points, 21 rebounds, and 5 blocks in a Game 7 against Sacramento, but the veteran Lakers prevailed in 6 games. In the East, the Pistons rolled through Milwaukee and New Jersey before facing the Pacers in a defensive slugfest in the conference finals. Detroit won in 6 games behind the dominance of Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, and Defensive Player of the Year Ben Wallace. But the chase-down block from Tayshaun Prince on Reggie Miller sealed the victory for Detroit. The 2004 NBA Finals matched the star-studded Lakers against the underdog Pistons. Despite Los Angeles' lineup featuring 4 future Hall of Famers, Shaq, Kobe, Malone, Payton, Detroit shocked the basketball world. The Pistons' defense suffocated the Lakers' offense, limiting them to 81.8 points per game in the series. Chauncey Billups averaged 21 points and 5.2 assists, earning Finals MVP as the Pistons won the series 4-1. This loss ultimately became the end of the Kobe and Shaq dynasty. 2004 to 2005 season. The San Antonio Spurs finished 59-23, powered by Tim Duncan's dominance in the paint, Manu Ginobili's playmaking, and Tony Parker's speed. Greg Popovich's system emphasized defense and discipline, setting the tone for another championship run. The Phoenix Suns were the biggest surprise of the season. With new head coach Mike D'Antoni and MVP Steve Nash, the Suns played an up-tempo, 3-point-heavy, 7 seconds or less offense, finishing with the best record in the league at 62-20. Nash averaged 15.5 points and 11.5 assists, winning his first MVP award. Amari Stoudemire, 26 points, 8.9 rebounds, and Sean Marion formed a dominant supporting cast. The defending champion Detroit Pistons finished 54-28, maintaining their identity as the league's best defensive team. Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, and Ben Wallace made up one of the most balanced starting lineups in the NBA. The Miami Heat, led by Shaquille O'Neal in his first season with the team and rising star D. Wade, finished 59-23, tied for the East's best record. Kobe Bryant, now without Shaquille O'Neal after his trade to Miami, shouldered the offensive load for the Lakers, but the team faltered at 34-48, missing the playoffs for the first time since 1994. In the Western Conference, the Suns cruised past Memphis and Dallas before losing to the Spurs in the conference finals. San Antonio's defense neutralized Phoenix's fast-paced offense, with Tim Duncan and Manu proving too much. The Spurs advanced to the finals after winning the series 4-1. In the East, the Miami Heat reached the conference finals after sweeping New Jersey and Washington. Facing the defending champion Pistons, Miami pushed the series to 7 games. However, D-Wade's rib injury limited him in Game 7, and Detroit advanced to the finals behind their stifling defense. The 2005 NBA Finals matched the Spurs against the Pistons in a clash of two elite defensive teams. The series was physical, low-scoring, and evenly matched, going the full 7 games. In Game 7 in San Antonio, Tim Duncan scored 25 points with 11 rebounds, while Manu Ginobili added 23 points, helping the Spurs secure an 81-74 victory. Duncan was named Finals MVP for the third time, averaging 20.6 points and 14 rebounds in the series. 2005 to 2006 season. The Dallas Mavericks 60-22 and the San Antonio Spurs 63-19 dominated the West, with the Spurs finishing tied for the league's best record alongside the Detroit Pistons 64-18. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili anchored San Antonio, while Detroit relied on its balanced lineup of Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, and Ben Wallace. The Los Angeles Lakers, in their first season back under coach Phil Jackson since Shaquille O'Neal's departure, finished 45-37. Kobe Bryant delivered one of the greatest scoring seasons ever, averaging 35.4 points per game, the highest since Michael Jordan in 1987. On January 22, 2006, Kobe scored 81 points against the Toronto Raptors, the second highest single-game total in NBA history. Steve Nash of the Phoenix Suns won his second consecutive MVP award after leading Phoenix to a 54-28 record despite missing Amari Stoudemire for most of the season. Nash averaged 18.8 points and 10.5 assists, orchestrating one of the league's most potent offenses. In the first round, the Lakers nearly upset the Suns, taking a 3-1 lead before Phoenix stormed back to win in 7 games. In the West, the Mavericks advanced past Memphis and San Antonio, defeating the defending champion Spurs in a classic 7-game series that ended with Dirk Nowitzki's game-tying 3-point play in Game 7. Dallas then swept the Suns in the Western Conference Finals to reach the finals for the first time in franchise history. In the East, the Pistons defeated the Bucks and Cavaliers but lost to the Miami Heat in the conference finals. The Heat, led by Shaquille O'Neal and emerging superstar D-Wade, reached the finals for the first time in franchise history under coach Pat Riley. The 2006 NBA Finals between the Heat and Mavericks became one of the most debated series in league history. Dallas won the first 2 games at home and led Game 3 by 13 points in the fourth quarter, but D-Wade carried Miami to a comeback victory with 42 points. Wade continued his dominance, scoring 36, 43, and 36 points in the next 3 games, helping Miami win 4 straight to clinch the championship in 6 games. Wade averaged 34.7 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 3.8 assists in the finals, earning Finals MVP. However, the series was overshadowed by controversy, as many criticized the officiating, particularly the number of free throws awarded to Wade, who attempted 97 in the series. 2006 to 2007 season. The season saw the Dallas Mavericks have the best regular season in franchise history, finishing 67-15, powered by Dirk Nowitzki's 24.6 points and 8.9 rebounds per game. Nowitzki was nearly unstoppable with his mid-range shooting and efficiency, winning the league's MVP award, the first in Mavericks history. The Phoenix Suns, under coach Mike D'Antoni's 7 seconds or less system, finished 61-21, with Steve Nash averaging 18.6 points and 11.6 assists, earning his 3rd straight runner-up finish in MVP voting after winning the award in 2005 and 2006. The San Antonio Spurs posted a 58-24 record, playing their trademark balanced defensive style behind Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili. In the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers finished 50-32, led by a 22-year-old LeBron James averaging 27.3 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Detroit Pistons secured the number 1 seed in the East at 53-29 after trading Ben Wallace in the offseason, but still relying on their veteran core of Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, and Rasheed Wallace. The first round brought one of the biggest upsets in NBA history. The number 8 seed Golden State Warriors, led by Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, and coach Don Nelson, stunned the 67-win Mavericks in 6 games. Golden State's small ball style, perimeter defense, and raucous Oracle Arena crowd overwhelmed Dallas, making the Warriors the first number 8 seed in a 7-game series to defeat a number 1 seed. The Spurs advanced steadily, defeating the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, and Utah Jazz to reach the NBA Finals. Their second-round matchup against Phoenix was controversial, with Game 4 marked by Robert Horry's hard foul on Steve Nash, which led to suspensions of Amari Stoudemire for leaving the bench. The shorthanded Suns lost Game 5, effectively ending their title hopes. In the East, the Cavaliers defeated the Washington Wizards and New Jersey Nets to set up an Eastern Conference Finals showdown with the Detroit Pistons. After falling behind 0-2, Cleveland rallied, highlighted by LeBron James' legendary Game 5 performance, scoring 48 points, including 29 of Cleveland's last 30, in a double overtime victory in Detroit. The Cavs closed out the series in 6 games, sending LeBron to his first NBA Finals. The 2007 NBA Finals featured the veteran Spurs against the young Cavaliers. San Antonio's experience, defense, and execution overwhelmed Cleveland, sweeping the series 4-0. Tony Parker averaged 24.5 points on 57% shooting and was named Finals MVP, becoming the first European-born player to win the award. 2007 to 2008 NBA season. This season marked the revival of one of the league's most iconic rivalries, the Boston Celtics versus the Los Angeles Lakers, and produced one of the biggest single-season turnarounds in NBA history. The Boston Celtics transformed overnight after trading for KG from the Minnesota Timberwolves and Ray Allen from the Seattle Supersonics to join Paul Pierce. The new Big Three immediately clicked, leading Boston to a 66-16 record, the best in the league and a 42-game improvement from the previous season. KG won Defensive Player of the Year, anchoring the top-ranked defense. In the West, the Los Angeles Lakers finished 57-25, led by Kobe Bryant, who averaged 28.3 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. After years of postseason struggles without Shaquille O'Neal, Bryant was rewarded with his first and only regular season MVP award. The New Orleans Hornets, led by Chris Paul's breakout season with 21 points, 11 assists, and 2.7 steals, finished with 56 wins, shocking the league and giving Paul his first MVP runner-up finish. The Houston Rockets made headlines with a 22-game winning streak, the second longest in NBA history, despite Yao Ming's season-ending injury midway through. The Eastern Conference playoffs tested the Celtics immediately. They were pushed to 7 games in both the first round against the Atlanta Hawks and the second round against the Cleveland Cavaliers. In the Cavs series, Paul Pierce and LeBron James engaged in a legendary Game 7 duel, with Pierce scoring 41 and LeBron answering with 45, as Boston narrowly advanced. They then defeated the Detroit Pistons in 6 games in the conference finals to reach the NBA Finals. In the West, the Lakers defeated the Denver Nuggets, then outlasted the Utah Jazz in 6 games. In the conference finals, they beat the Spurs in 5 games, with Kobe Bryant averaging 29 points in the series. The 2008 NBA Finals renewed the Celtics-Lakers rivalry for the first time since 1987. The Celtics defense, led by KG and anchored by role players like Kendrick Perkins and James Posey, limited the Lakers' offense throughout the series. Game 4 became iconic. Boston erased a 24-point deficit in Los Angeles, completing the largest comeback in finals history at that time to take a 3-1 series lead. In Game 6 in Boston, the Celtics dominated 131-92, the largest margin of victory ever in a championship-clinching game. Paul Pierce, who averaged 21.8 points per game in the series, was named Finals MVP. The Celtics secured their 17th NBA championship, reclaiming supremacy after 2 decades without a title. 2008 to 2009 NBA season. The last season of the decade was dominated by the individual brilliance of LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, and it ended with the Lakers reclaiming their spot atop the league. The Cleveland Cavaliers finished with the NBA's best record at 66-16, powered by LeBron James, who averaged 28.4 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 7.2 assists while playing elite defense. His all-around performance earned him his first NBA Most Valuable Player award at just 24 years old. In the West, the Los Angeles Lakers went 65-17, with Kobe Bryant leading the team in scoring at 26.8 points per game. The Orlando Magic, led by Dwight Howard, secured the number 3 seed in the East at 59-23. Howard averaged 20.6 points, 13.8 rebounds, and 2.9 blocks per game, winning his first Defensive Player of the Year award. The season also saw the continued rise of young stars. Dwyane Wade had perhaps his best year, leading the league in scoring with 30 points per game. Chris Paul continued his ascent as one of the NBA's best point guards, averaging 22.8 points and a league-leading 11 assists for the New Orleans Hornets. Rookie Derrick Rose made an immediate impact for the Chicago Bulls, earning Rookie of the Year honors with 16.8 points and 6.3 assists per game. The playoffs delivered some of the most memorable moments of the decade. In the first round, Derrick Rose exploded for 36 points in his playoff debut against the defending champion Boston Celtics. The Bulls and Celtics battled through a historic 7-game series featuring 4 overtime games, with Boston eventually advancing. In the West, the Lakers defeated the Utah Jazz, then outlasted the Houston Rockets in a grueling 7-game second-round series. The Eastern Conference Finals featured LeBron James and the Cavaliers against Dwight Howard and the Magic. Despite LeBron's heroic 38.5 points per game in the series, including his iconic game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer in Game 2, the Magic upset the Cavs in 6 games, thanks to Howard's inside dominance and Rashard Lewis and Hedo Turkoglu's clutch perimeter shooting. In the West, the Lakers defeated the Denver Nuggets in 6 games in the conference finals, with Kobe Bryant averaging 34 points per game in the series. The 2009 NBA Finals matched the Lakers against the Magic. Los Angeles controlled the series, winning 4-1. Kobe Bryant averaged 32.4 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 7.4 assists in the finals, earning his first NBA Finals MVP. For Bryant, this championship carried extra weight, as it was his first without Shaquille O'Neal.